Leigh MacInnis here from Trippin with Leigh and SwearNet, and you're listening to Breaking Records Radio.
What's up? This is Demrick.
Jamie Madrock.
Man, this your man's Obi Trice.
This is Ad-Lib.
Yo, what up? This is Specs One.
This is Special K.
Hot Rock's motherfucking Scrat MC.
Breaking
Records.
Breaking Records Radio out here.
This is Breaking Records Radio.
Check them out, man.
Breaking Records Radio and the place to be. You know what it is, it's your host Maloney, and we got a special guest with us right now, Leigh MacInnis. How's it going, man?
Great, man. How are you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm real good. So you're on tour right now. You're doing the Art of Falling Down Drunk tour.
Yeah, it's the Fine Art of Falling Down Drunk tour.
So what is the meaning behind the name of that?
Oh, God, it's a long story, but if you have a minute, I'll... So anyways, many moons ago, I fell down the stairs drunk. And, yeah, I ended up roofieing myself one night.
What?
Yeah, it was awful. Listeners, anyone listening, don't ever roofie yourself. For God's sakes, whatever you do.
So how do you roofie yourself?
Oh, man, it was late. It was at the end of the night at a bar, and somebody gave me a pill, and I was like, oh, what's this? It's like Rehypnol, whatever the fuck it's called. I didn't know it was a roofie at the time. I probably shouldn't have been taking a pill, but that wasted drunk, but I did anyways. And so, yeah, that's kind of where the title, it was the Fine Art of Falling Down the Stairs Drunk. That was just too much of a mouthful.
So you just cut it a little short.
Yeah, we cut it short.
Well, that itself leads to a perfect segue, because I wanted to talk to you about, I mean, I know you've worked with Trailer Park Boys, you work with SwearNet and stuff. I know you work in a band, but firstly, let's talk about Trippin with Leigh. So what was the inspiration behind Trippin with Leigh? Did this falling down the stairs drunk on roofies have something to inspire it?
Well, that was pre-Trippin with Leigh.
So that might have been part of the inspiration?
Yeah, maybe. No, not really. That was just a really horrible experience. Dislocated my elbow.
Oh my God.
Yeah, woke up. Thank God I didn't have a sore butt when I woke up. Dodged that one. But Trippin with Leigh, you know, it started out, I was supposed to go around the world and just like, it was like a man versus food only with drugs scenario, and then, you know, once I started reading into what I would be doing, it became more of a spiritual journey type thing, yeah.
So what was the most spiritual drug on your journey that you partook in?
Oh man, I'd have to say the ayahuasca.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Now what the fuck is that? Explain that.
So I went down.
There's peyote, DMT. Those are like some of the most spiritual shit I could think about.
So I guess the active ingredient in ayahuasca would be DMT.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you can watch the actual first documentary on SwearNet.com. Trippin with Leigh, it's free. But yeah, it was kind of very powerful. I went down there, you know, kind of naive, and just because I did a lot of other stuff previously to that, and I was just like, boom, knock it back, and then it hit me, and I was like, literally thought I was dying. and then I did die.
You
pretty
actually
much.
died?
Yeah, pretty much. And then I come back, and I was just kind of, it took a while to wrap my head around that experience. But yeah, it was something else. I'm glad I did it in a way. Yeah, I'm definitely glad I did it. And it's not for the faint of heart, for sure. For anyone that you know was thinking about trying it, make sure you got like all your ducks in a row, so to speak. Like, yeah, it was something else.
And so with the Trippin with Leigh experience, are you glad that you did it overall?
Yeah, for sure. Now I'm trying to get the second one funded.
Yeah?
Yeah. So just looking
Are SwearNet gonna stand behind that too as well?
I'm not sure if they're gonna back the second one. They did the first one right, so you know, I think it's kind of on myself to get the second one done and kind of branch off. Yeah, you never know what'll happen.
Is there any drugs you haven't tried that you really want to?
No.
No?
No.
That's pretty awesome, man. Because to me, myself, I know to some degrees in our culture, drugs are looked down upon. But to myself, I think drugs are a very mind-opening experience. And that's why I think what you do is really, really fucking cool. Because drugs are as ancient as everything. Drugs are as ancient as eating. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
they are as ancient to human culture as everything. And it's about putting yourself one in with the energy of the planet, if that makes sense, you know what I'm saying? But
everything in moderation as well.
Exactly, right? I'm not saying go do DMT every day, or you know, but I think some of these things a couple times in your life can be very very beneficial to your spiritual well-being.
Yeah, it is very, you know, mind expanding for sure.
And that's why, that's why I think it's really cool. And you know, I kind of want to pick your brain about that. But so there's nothing out there that you haven't had the chance to get your hands on yet that you would enjoy to?
Shit. I think I got all the bases covered. At this point, you know, 43.
What's Leigh gonna do then?
So the second Trippin with Leigh is more about the journey itself. It's either going to be in Mexico. So actually, the first Trippin with Leigh was supposed to be in Mexico.
Oh, okay.
I was invited by the Huichol natives. So they date this ceremony back about 10,000 years, and it's a peyote ceremony, and it's a 6-week ceremony, and it's in Wreckords.
Okay.
And basically, you walk up this mountain and pick peyote, and they do some traditional artwork and stuff on the way up. But at the top, when you get to the top of the mountain, they do a 3-day peyote ceremony.
Okay.
And it's all the main shamans from each individual tribe that goes to do this. So I was very fortunate to actually be able to do this.
Yeah.
And I think it's a tradition that should be kept. And there's a lot of mining companies that want to actually mine this mountain because it's full of gold and silver. So it's a very big issue right now.
Oh, wow.
And actually a lot of Canadian mining companies as well that want to mine this mountain. So,
really?
So yeah, if you haven't really heard of it yet, do a little research and you'll understand why I want to do this trip with Leigh 2 in Mexico, or 3.
Yeah.
It's going to be either the second one or the third one.
Well, because to me, I've never had the chance to actually try peyote. I've never had the chance to try DMT, and those are 2 drugs that I've
medicines.
Yeah, medicine. Well, to be honest with you, to spirituality, drugs are a medicine. It's just in the current society and climate we live in, people look at them differently, right?
Yeah.
And people are scared of them. But there's nothing scary about being in tune with the planet and the energy
and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So
uplifting.
Like what you just talked to me about is something I'll look into, because one thing I've always wanted to do is, like I've always said to friends, is like my dream is to go do what the Doors did, go sit in the Arizona desert for fucking 6 days and do peyote.
I'm down, let's do it.
Yo, hey, maybe we'll do the second Trippin with Leigh together, you know what I mean? But so we'll keep it moving though, because you know I don't want to keep you all night. But so the Don and Donna with Trailer Park Boys, how did you get involved with them to begin with?
Well, Mike Smith, I grew up with Mike.
Okay.
The character Bubbles, it's my first cousin.
Oh, really?
So yeah, his mother and my mother are sisters.
Okay.
And but yeah, originally I went to them with this idea, and they eventually produced the first one. But yeah, I was getting into script writing, and I called my cousin one day and asked him advice, and he told me to get a book called The Story by Robert Mackey.
Yeah.
So I read that a few times, and at the time I was actually writing a script for the Don Donna character. And I kind of told him about that, and then I kind of forgot about it. Like 6 weeks later, he calls me out of the blue, and he's like, "Leigh, remember that character you mentioned over Christmas, like the Don Donna character?" He was like, "We want you to pitch it." So they sent over their camera guy, and I pitched it, and yeah, it ended up getting written into Trailer Park Boys season 8 when it come back.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then your involvement with Swearing too, obviously. I didn't realize you're actually cousins with Bubble, so that kind of goes to speak for itself, the continuous work that you've done with them.
Yeah, well, it's, you know, I tried to get on the show back in 2005, and I wasn't able to, but you know, a lot of people said, "Oh, the only reason you're on the show is because of your cousin." And I mentioned that to Mike one night, and he said, "No, it's not like that at all." He says, "You know, it's kind of, you make your own breaks in life."
Yeah.
It helps to have that
to have the connection,
help, but if I never ever approached him or asked him,
and if it was strictly on that, you'd have been on sooner when you wanted to, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So yeah, it's kind of. I was very fortunate to do 3 seasons, and I'm not sure if there's anything else for me as far as that character on that show, but I got another project I'm working on. I got cast for a lead role in a film that's being produced by Parazoom in England. And yeah, so I'm it's called Seven Locks Rock.
Yeah.
You can check it out online and stuff. That's my next big thing, I guess.
Okay.
Besides Trippin with Leigh.
Trippin with Leigh, yeah. Dope, man.
But yeah, I settled down a lot as well, and you know, I'm not getting any younger, and so yeah, it became more of a spiritual journey rather than the original concept of going
just
around
getting
the world
fucked up.
getting fucked up. Yeah.
But that's the thing too, man. I think a lot of people who get into drugs originally, or, you know, that type of stuff, they do it for the act of getting fucked up. Yeah. And the people who actually
escape, right?
It becomes a spiritual journey for many. And that's why myself, you know, I've been doing drugs since I was 13. And I've always said, like, I'll never quit doing drugs. It doesn't mean I'll be sitting there fucking smoking crack or that I'll be shooting heroin, but it means, like, you know, I think there's always a spiritual journey to be undertaken, and these things, a lot of these drugs are very ancient beyond the war on drugs and all these stupid other fucking...
Yeah, they have, you know,
things we put on
in Western society.
Exactly, because Western society's fucking retarded.
Right?
We'll feed you poison food, but don't you dare do something that fucking opens your mind. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, I've always thought that, you know, a spiritual journey on drugs is a very important thing for a lot of people, especially to experience higher levels of consciousness. So I think that's really cool that that's something that you promote.
Thank you.
And, you know, before we do wrap up the interview too, I do just, you know, because we're here interviewing you, I want to touch on everything that has to do with you. But you're also the lead singer of a band, Carry the Loss.
Not currently, no.
Not anymore?
So I was.
Okay.
But actually, I'm getting together, and so I have 3 dates that I put together with them in Nova Scotia.
Yeah.
In Moncton at Plan B on June 2nd.
Cool.
And then in Amherst, I believe it's Teasers on the 8th of June, and then in back in my hometown of New Glasgow at oh my god, the
Can't
Colony.
think of the name.
Colony.
Okay.
Used to be a strip club.
Man, that's cool, man. I'm actually heading out to the East Coast for my first time ever on tour, because I do hip-hop music myself.
Right on, man.
But I'm going out May 24th, so we're doing Amherst, we're doing Moncton. We got a few other dates, but third place, you're not familiar with me, what you just named.
Yeah, the Colonial. It's in Glasgow. It's an old bar.
going there. But yeah, I'm very excited to check out the East Coast. I've heard nothing but amazing things.
Yeah, I love it. It's home. But yeah, Carry the Lost, they're working on a new album and stuff, and I'll get up during their second set, so I haven't sang in a couple years on stage. So some of the stuff I wrote with them, you know, like back in 2011.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get up and sing some of the original songs.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man.
Sweet, man. Well, thank you very much for your time, Leigh. I appreciate it.
Cheers, man.
If you ever want to go to the Arizona desert and do peyote,
I will.
let me know. I'll be there with you, my man.
Right on, man.
Breaking Records Radio, and we out. Peace.
Breaking fucking Records Radio.